Hi everyone, it's Sid. Okay, so this video is quite serious because I want to talk about abuse. And more specifically, I want to talk about domestic abuse. And even more specifically than that, I want to talk about domestic abuse as it refers to men being the victims. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, men being the victims and not the perpetrators. There's this ridiculous stereotype that society has been shoving down our throats. That's that men are not supposed to show any sort of emotion. They're supposed to be tough. They're supposed to be ripped. They have to have all of these qualities, otherwise they're not considered men. If you show emotion, then you're not a man. If you're not tough, then you're not a man. If you're not like buff, then you're not a man. And that is horribly wrong. We are humans too. We're people too. We have feelings, we have emotions. We can also be victims of emotional, psychological, or even physical torture or torment, or any sort of that kind of abuse. The reason why I bring this up is because of a person that is stirring a lot of controversy here on YouTube and the internet in general. And that person is Nicole Arbour. I do not know how one person can be so evil-minded and so mean-spirited and have absolutely no regard for the mental well-being of others. I'm not saying that what she said didn't make sense, because it kind of did make sense. However, the way she said it and the fact that she even compared them to mindless zombies is not the right way to do it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link in the description to the video I'm referring to. And also I'll leave a link in the description to one of my videos that I made previously along the same topic. And you can judge for yourself as to which one was done properly. She's borderline psychotic, a sociopath, and now allegedly a committer of domestic abuse. Let's start with some backstory. For those of you who don't know, there's a man by the name of Matthew Santoro. He is huge on YouTube. Actually, this past Monday, he just won a Streamy Award for Best Breakout Creator. And if you don't know, the streamers are kind of like the Emmys for the internet. Having close to 5 million subscribers on his main channel, over 500,000 subscribers on his second channel, his vlog channel, and being the #1 periscoper in the world, a whole crap ton of followers on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and he's all over the place. He's technically a celebrity, and he's based in Toronto. And so is Nicole Arbour. Nicole Arbour and Matthew Santoro had this big public relationship here on YouTube. Things started to get sour pretty fast. There's another video I will link down in the description. Watch that video and then come back, or just stick around. In that video, one of Matt's friends, Rob Dyke, another popular YouTube creator, engages in a phone interview with a radio show on SiriusXM, and they talk about what really happened between Matt and Nicole. Whatever Rob Dyke says in that video is essentially exactly what Matt relayed to him over the phone, because Matt talked to him as soon as it happened. This is essentially what happened. They went to a Canon product release event for a new camera or something like that. Nicole catches Matt looking over at one of the people at the event, another female. And Matt knew this person beforehand, but not in like a personal sort of like sexual relationship, but more of a professional relationship. Definitely a professional relationship. So Nicole goes crazy, accusing him of all sorts of horrible things, like you cheated, you're having sex with this person, you're definitely cheating on me because you're famous on YouTube. So this gets Matt really upset. And at the time, Matt was living with Nicole because he hadn't completely moved into Toronto, because he was living in somewhere else. So he was living with Nicole at the time. So he went back to the apartment, back to Nicole's apartment to get his stuff. Nicole blocks the door as he's trying to leave, and he says, "Get out of my way, because I need to leave." And Nicole's like, no, we're resolving this right now. He says, "Get out of my way." And Nicole still doesn't want to get out of the way. He again tries to prod her, saying, "Get out of my way, please. I need to leave." And that's when Nicole hits him. Nicole strikes him in the face. And Matt, being shocked, says, "You hit me." And then Nicole responds with, "Yeah, of course I did." So at this point in Nicole's apartment, the kitchen is right next to the main door, because he looked over and he saw the knives on the kitchen counter, and he started to fear for his life. He yelled at the top of his lungs like, "Get out of my way!" And that startled Nicole, and she moved out of the way. He opened the door and he left. This is where he should have called the police, technically, right? So what happened was Nicole called Matt and she said that, "I'm gonna kill myself." She pulled a suicide card. "If you leave and if you abandon me, I will kill myself. I'll push myself off the this balcony and I'll say that you did it. It was your fault. That is seriously fucked up. Matt, he definitely didn't want this to be on his head, like saying that she's gonna ruin my career, she's gonna blame it all on me, she's gonna kill herself, and she's gonna blame it on me, and it's gonna be a whole big thing, and it's gonna be horrible, and he didn't want any of that. So he went back to her apartment, and he got off on the floor below her floor on the elevator, thinking that she might be right there on her floor, ready to stab him with a knife and kill him. So he went the floor below him, went up the stairs, looked around corners, and realized she wasn't there. So he went to her apartment, opened the door, and found her a mess on the floor. Oh my god, you need to tell me that you're okay, because you can't kill yourself right now, and you need to tell me that you're okay. Suddenly, she just whips out her phone, and she starts recording Matt, saying that, oh, look guys, Matt, I said I was gonna kill myself, and Matt said, yes, like, that's good. He managed to get the phone away from her, and he said, I need to call the police. Like, I'm gonna call the police right now. So the police arrive. Nicole is removed on a stretcher. Make sure you watch the video and get an actual sense of exactly what happened, because I definitely glazed over some of the aspects and maybe not have made everything quite clear. This is really, really messed up. Men and women are equally capable of psychological and emotional torment and manipulative behavior. I mean, women can be just as manipulative and just as emotionally tormenting as men can. Domestic abuse is really serious. It's not something that can be one-sided. Abuse goes both ways. There's been this study that has been conducted that reached a quite shocking conclusion, and that's that close to 40% of all cases, domestic abuse cases, that have been filed in this country are in which men are the victims. And that's really shocking. Just think about that for a second. Thinking that if a woman is beating on you and you're a man, then you're not tough, you're not a man, which is seriously messed up. Abuse goes both ways. It's something that we really need to change in this society. We need to make sure that we raise awareness for domestic abuse for men also. And I know that that kind of sounds a little weird, but it's true. It's really scarring, and it really screws up how your future is gonna be. It screws up future relationships, and it's such a horrible thing that should not happen to anyone. I just hope that after watching this video and watching the videos and the description that I have given to you guys, that you guys spread this video as much as you can to sort of raise awareness or whatever. So what I'm trying to say is this: abuse goes both ways. Men are equally as vulnerable to domestic abuse as women. And if you or anyone that you know is being abused psychologically, emotionally, physically, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman being abused, you need to report it to the right authorities, because it should not fly this way. So hopefully, after watching this video, you guys get the right idea and you guys sort of spread it around and make sure that people are made aware of this. And after watching the videos and the description that I've listed, that you guys really are aware of what is happening and that domestic abuse, regardless of who you are, needs to stop.